Hey everyone, Synthetic Future here. Today we're taking a look at the Electro-Harmonix tri-parallel mixer. Now, for simplicity's sake, we will ignore all the stuff that's around it and we will just be focusing on this one unit here. The tri-parallel mixer does exactly what the name implies. It's a 3-channel parallel mixing pedal, and it's mono. That's important to know. And basically it allows you to take several effect chains and mix them together into one signal. So what we have going on here today is fairly straightforward. We have channel 1, the output is going to a pitch shifter pedal. You can find a video about that pedal in another video, which I will link. And basically the pitchfork has two outputs. One is the main output, which has the pitch shifted channel, and the other is the auxiliary output, which has the dry signal. Now the pitch shifted signal is routed through a plasma coil back into channel 1, and the dry signal is routed through a disorder by Dreadbox and is routed into channel 2. So if we just play channel 1, disable the pitch, the plasma coil, we should get a fairly quiet signal. Let's boost it a little bit. Which we can pitch shift, which adds a significant amount of gain. And we can then activate the plasma coil. So that's our channel 1. We also have a little bit of dry mixed in, so even if we disable it, it will still play the dry. You can also turn that down. And our second chain. Now every channel has its own send and return volumes, so you can determine how hard the signal is going to hit that effects chain, and you can also determine how much it mixes into the output channel of the mixer, which is quite nice, especially in this kind of chain. So if I put on both channels, we will get the pitch shifted and the normal. You also get for every channel a EQ. So this is the disorder with the EQ in the center. And you get a phase control. In case you have phase shifting, you can turn on the phase control for 180 degrees offset, which is quite a nice feature. And you get a master volume out. And that's the main features of this panel. Now the nice thing here is if you double tap one of the pedals, it will go into bypass. And if you hit any of the pedals, it will return back to the state it was in. So that's bypass. And now we're in actual play mode. So that's pretty neat, pretty quick way to disable effects. And another neat thing is you can actually long press any of the buttons and the little lights will start to blink. These are actually bypass modes. And the nice thing here is it has a default bypass mode and a default bypass mode. It's the slow blink. Basically means if you press the pedal, it will instantly sever the in and output of that channel. You also have the second bypass mode, which is a slightly faster blink for channel 2 right now. This basically cuts off the input, but not the send. Very useful when you have reverbs going, because it will still receive the signal from the reverb. It will just not feed anything new into that particular loop. And the last one is the reverse. Basically it cuts off the output and not the input. And that's actually what I'm using on the pitchfork right now. Because the neat thing is the pitchfork splits the signal. So in order to get the dry signal out, it still needs to receive a signal. So for that I'm using this mode. You can set this mode for every channel individually, which is pretty neat. To confirm, just long hold and we'll jump straight back to playing mode. So there's several ways you can use this pedal. You can use it either like I'm doing to do parallel processing of a set of effects loops. You can also choose it to use the inputs for different instruments in to blend them to one output. And if you put this pedal in OR mode, which is also a possibility, it will deactivate the channels if you press another channel. So you can actually use like 3 guitars, have them just plugged in, and when you switch, just hit one of the switches according to the guitar, and you can just easily switch. Another option is use the outputs to send the signal to either several amplifiers or one amplifier. And if you're using OR mode, you can also use 3 effects loops and toggle between those effects loops. So there's quite a bit of playing around you can do with this specific pedal. It's still very much a utility pedal, and it's one of those things you either need or don't see any use for, I think. Overall, very happy with it. Good build quality, knobs are nice and stiff, and the switches feel nice and firm. The interface is very clear, so there's never any guessing of what is going on with the unit. Only thing that's a little bit of a shame is that it doesn't have a stereo option, or at least a stereo out. That would have been nice if you had like a left-right control, so you could control between 2 outputs and have a stereo out jack here. But maybe that's a little bit too much to ask for a guitar-oriented pedal. So that's my quick overview of the tri-parallel mixer. If there are any questions about this unit, let me know. And for now, have a great day.